15 wide receivers in 5 minutes. Here we go. Dave, Devontae Adams.
New team, same stud, has chemistry with the quarterback. Fully expect him to be a high volume wideout again. Top 5 fantasy receiver.
Stephon Diggs, Jamie.
165 targets on average in 2 years with Josh Allen. Will have his yardage up, his touchdowns hopefully the same, and is one of the top 4 wide receivers in fantasy.
And you all have Diggs ahead of Adams. Deebo Samuel, Heath.
Man, if he could do what he did last year, then he should be an early first-round pick, but we don't expect him to do what he did last year. It's how much they let him run and how much he regresses from the efficiency will determine whether he's worth a round 2 pick.
CeeDee Lamb, Dave.
Should be the top target getter by a mile in Dallas. Was outstanding last year when he was working out wide. That was when Michael Gallup was hurt. We don't know when Gallup will come back. I imagine we'll see Lamb lining up all over the place and getting force-fed targets from Dak Prescott. Top 8 fantasy wide receiver. Yes.
Heath, make the case against Lamb real quick.
The Cowboys, I mean, I don't disagree with too much of what Dave said, but the Cowboys and Dak Prescott have always distributed their targets pretty evenly. It would be highly unusual for someone to earn more than 23, 24% of the targets in that offense. And if he doesn't, he's not going to justify his ADP.
Is 23% good? Is there a mark? Is there a number that's
23% is plenty. Well, it depends on how many passes your team throws and a lot of a variety of factors. But 23% does not generally say you're going to be a pick in the first 2 rounds. No.
I think he goes over that.
Okay.
Looking at what this team looks like right now.
Right. I think they have to change it up.
How many touchdowns for CeeDee Lamb?
In his career?
11.
This year.
He's never scored more than 6, right?
I think that's true. And I'll tell you that Dak Prescott has never had a wide receiver score more than 8 touchdowns.
I have him at 8.
Turn that 6 upside down. He scores 9.
Okay. Let's go to Tyreek Hill, and I don't remember who's up. Jamie, I think you're up. Tyreek Hill.
Quarterback downgrade. I want to say system downgrade, but I don't know if that's necessarily fully true. But I'll say slight downgrade in system. Sharing the field with another receiver who just broke the rookie record in receptions. And so downgrade for Tyreek Hill this year, but still a borderline number 1 fantasy receiver.
Is he a round 2 or round 3 pick right at the top?
I would take him in round 3, but I have no problem if you take him late round 2.
Are you sure he's got a quarterback downgrade? Keenan Allen. Let's go to Keenan Allen. Heath, Keenan Allen.
Has been Mr. Receptions. Much more valuable in full PPR than he is in half PPR. A slight concern that Mike Williams is the true wide receiver 1 on this team this year.
Keenan Allen has been a top 13 wide receiver per game, 5 straight seasons, top 8 in 3 of those 5 in full PPR. In half PPR, he's been top 17 5 straight season. He's been 4, 15, 12, 11, and 17 in half PPR. That's per game. All right, next up we have A.J. Brown. Dave, interesting player, A.J. Brown.
Great when he's healthy. We saw it last year, 16.8 PPR points per game. That was with Derrick Henry on the field, so that was when the Titans were running the ball a lot. We think that Philadelphia will run the ball a lot, and he can still be very productive. He's been connecting with Jalen Hurts. The reports have become positive this week. It looks like Jalen Hurts is starting to find his groove. That's a great thing. He's slowly moved up my rankings, and Brown has been a top 12 receiver for pretty much since he's been in Philadelphia. Pretty much since, even before then.
Round 3?
He's a round 3 pick for me.
T. Higgins and Michael Pittman. Jamie, who do you like better?
Well, Pittman's my guy. I think we're going to see 160 targets from him this year. Could be the target leader in the NFL. And building off a strong sophomore campaign. Quarterback upgrade, lack of competition for targets. I think Michael Pittman's going to be one of the third-year breakouts we talk about for years to come.
And Higgins might be as well.
Higgins not far behind, but I think there's a little separation there.
4 more picks. I'm not going to put DJ Moore in here. I know you guys like DJ Moore the best in this group. I think you do anyway, all of you.
No, Pittman for me.
No, I'm sorry. Of these next 5, basically. DJ Moore is one of them. The other 4 are Jalen Waddle, Deontay Johnson, Terry McLaurin, and DK Metcalf. Waddle, Deontay, McLaurin, Metcalf. Yeah. DJ Moore is Moore first in that group?
Yes.
Moore is like a round and a half ahead of everybody in that group and 4 rounds ahead of Metcalf.
And how about Waddle, Deontay Johnson, McLaurin, and Metcalf? Everybody, who's your favorite there?
McLaurin.
McLaurin.
I have Deontay, McLaurin, and Waddle all basically tied. I currently have Deontay at the top.